Good afternoon. My name is Noel, and I'm going to be taking you through the digital forensic tool part of the assignment. So, the tool that we've chosen is a tool called ExifTool by Phil Harvey. So, this tool allows you to read, write, and edit metadata. So, metadata is descriptive information that's found or embedded within a file type. So, this tool can allow you to read Word files, audio files, video files, as well as image files as well. So for the purposes of this demonstration, we're going to be using the Windows executable file, which you download over here since we're operating on a Windows system. So you download your file. I'd already downloaded the file. So you then go where your file is located. In this case, it will be in my downloads. So you then unpack your file, and once you've unpacked your file over here, which I'd already done in advance, you get your tool. So this tool can be used on Windows specifically. It can be used as a standalone application, or it can be used in the command line. So for the purposes of this practical, we're going to be using the command line. So to use it on the command line, um, you then take your tool and then you set it in the path that you want to use that from that path from. So you want to execute that file from a specific path on whilst you're using command prompt. So in this case, I want to use it from my user's name until. So I'd already placed the file here. So this is just an executable application now. So after we've done this, we're now ready to use our tool. So the next step is to launch our command prompt, which we do, just run as administrator. Okay, so to run an executable file, we then put in our file name, ExifTool. So this is our executable application now. So this tool, to read the metadata on information, we could equally just click and drag individual files and read metadata on individual files. So the cool thing about this tool is we can just copy, we can just click and drag, the whole folder over here. So it'll just specify the path where the folder is. When it does this, you press enter. So after it executes, it will then read the metadata and that's embedded within the files that are within that folder. So for the purpose of this demonstration, we've just picked two Word files, a video file, and an audio file. So it will then display metadata information on the specific files that are within that folder. So in this case, we've got Word files, which would then specify the creator of the document, who last modified it, when the document was created, when it was last modified. If it's an audio file, again, if it was downloaded from somewhere, it will tell you where it was downloaded. In this case, this is a music file. It will specify the artist as well as maybe the title of the song as well. So this is the kind of information that's returned by ExifTool, the metadata that's returned within the tool. Unfortunately, we don't have any photo files, but if it is a photo file, it can further display information such as the lens that was used to take a specific photo or image, the serial number of the camera, as well as the type of camera that was used. So, furthermore, what you can also do with this tool that's pretty cool is you can specify specific bits of information that you require from a file. So in this case, we're going to take a Word file, ExifTool. So we're just going to take one Word file, which is this one. Again, we just click and drag as I've done, and then we hit enter. So this is normally all the metadata that's produced. So let's say we want just specific information or specific metadata. We can then add additional tags before we add the file to our command line. So we then ExifTool our application, and in this case, let's say we want to know who the creator is. We also want to know who last modified the file. So last modified by. We also want to know the date it was created. So create date. And then we also want to know the last date it was modified. So modify date. So here we've specified our tags. We then click and drop again our file that we've chosen, which is this one. And then we execute. So what it will do now is it will return specific information that you've highlighted in the tags that you've put in. So here we get the specific information that we specified and that we want. So also reading on the command prompt can be difficult, involves a lot of scrolling. So what we can do as well with ExifTool is send the output to an Excel file. So instead of reading it on that command prompt, we can then do an output file with our information on an Excel file. So to do this, we put in our command ExifTool, okay, and then we click and drag our folder with our files over here. Okay, then we add some additional commands, extension. Okay, we got fast, got R. Then this is the file type output. So we want a CSV file. Put in CSV. And then after that, we then specify the file name. So it'll be output.csv. So after we've done this, we hit enter. Okay, so as you can see, it scanned the directory for image files are being read. So to locate your file, you go to the folder or the path where the executable file application is, executable ExifTool is. So in this case, we're going to go to that path. And we go into there. So here we now have our output file. So we then proceed to open our output file. Okay, so now we have our information on an Excel file, which makes it easier to read and makes it easier to also manipulate and to look for the specific data that we want or metadata that we require. So here you see all the information that we require, and now we have an actual file that we can also store and keep with the metadata that we need and require. Okay, so thank you. This brings us to the end of our demonstration and our part on the digital forensic tool.